Hi, I'm Nancy Ferreira. I've had one son in Professor Thomas's program, and I have another one starting who's going to be a 2015 graduate. My son that went through Professor Thomas's program started with his first one-on-one tutoring sessions. He did about 4 or 5 tutoring sessions, did some combines, and also did some of the mocked time tests, and took his first ACT. Then again, one of the big benefits of Professor Thomas's programs is my son could continue doing combines and additional mock time tests before each of the next 2 tests he took. So he took the tests in September and December, and then his final test in June, and overall he raised his ACT score 7 points from September to June. Pretty impressive. From the time my son first met Professor Thomas, I'd have to say that he enjoyed his style. My son sometimes had a hard time paying attention in school, but Professor Thomas seemed to have a knack for keeping him engaged, keeping him interested. Never once heard a complaint about going to ACT tutoring. You might think he was doing ACT tutoring for 9 months straight, but he wasn't. He did, just like I said, the combines and some of the mock time tests, and he actually wanted to go to them. Before the September test, it was all new. I thought, oh no, by December or June, maybe he would get bored with it or not want to go, but even by June, he was even more excited to work with Professor Thomas and get better and improve his score. So Professor Thomas, I think, has a knack of relating to the kids and getting them interested in studying things like science and math and reading and English, and helping them not only with tips and tricks, but really learning new things, and again, bottom line, helping them improve their scores. I think there's a few parts of Professor Thomas's program that are different from others that we looked at, and now having gone through it, why I'm sending my next son through the program and recommending it to all of my friends is, number one, I think Professor Thomas really cares about the kids and he wants to develop a relationship with them. He's not just a tutor. If you call other companies or other people, you can get an ACT tutor just about anywhere. They're a dime a dozen. But with Professor Thomas, he really wants to develop a relationship and work with the kids and really cares about them improving. I think another thing that I found very intriguing and what I liked best about the program is the cost. And when I tell my friends how much it costs, their initial reaction is, holy cow, that's a lot of money. But then when I tell them that you get 7 one-on-one tutoring sessions, you get all of the combines, and you get the mock time tests, not only do you get the combines and the mock time tests for one test, if your kid wants to take the test 4 times, you can continue to do the combines and the mock tests as many times as they take the test, and there's never another dime charged to you. And when I looked at other programs, their initial cost might have been lower, but if your child wanted to take the test a second time, there was usually an additional fee, or you had to sign up completely, from scratch again. And the overall cost, if your child wanted to take the test 2 or 3 times, was much, much more than Professor Thomas's test. So once I explain this to my friends and they research other places, all of them have come to Professor Thomas, and all of them have been very happy. One final note about Professor Thomas's program is considering the cost of the program in relationship to the higher your child's ACT score, the more that could mean in college scholarship money. I know it did for my son, and as many of you might be hearing from colleges, they do take into consideration not only your GPA, but the ACT score to determine college award money. So the initial money you invest in Professor Thomas's program will come back to you in college scholarship money, the higher the ACT score.